Good morning, dear Dharma friends. Well, we made it through another night. Testing 1, 2. Hello, friends on Facebook and YouTube. Looks like that's going through. I'm going to put this on record to this computer. There
Recording
we go.
in progress.
I am that which thinks of itself as Robert Beatty. And I am coming to you from Portland, Oregon. This is a broadcast of the Portland Insight Meditation Community. And I'm here with my beloved friend Jim Dalton. And here we go. Lovely to see you. I stumbled across a little writing from John O'Donohue this morning that I want to share with you. Solitude by John O'Donohue. Solitude is the sense of space as nourishing. What usually happens with solitude is that people equate it with loneliness, which frightens them. But I don't know anyone who has a good friendship or love relationship in which there are not long periods of solitude. There is a way in which we treat our relationships almost like a colonial expedition. We want to colonize the space, all the territory in between, until there is no wilderness left. Most couples who have deadened in each other's presence have colonized their space in this way. They have domesticated each other beyond recognition. Sometimes you see a beautiful woman who quickens your heart. Then you meet her again years later and she's become a domesticated relic of who she once was. And you think, where is the dangerous vision that I saw in her? The same happens to men. I think it is more interesting to be with somebody who still has their wilderness territory. And by that I don't mean bleak, burned out, damaged areas where wounding has occurred. Rather, I mean genuine wilderness. Upon seeing that in the other person, you promise yourself, one thing I will never do is try to domesticate their wilderness. Because the authenticity of their difference and the purity of their danger and the depth of their affection are all being secretly nourished by that wilderness, as all of my spirit is being nourished by my own wilderness. There is a great tradition in the U.S., even more so than in other countries, of the solitary person going out into the wild. It's a shame that this model is now being revived for the voyage into our inner wilderness. So, wilderness. Of course, we encounter the wilderness within every time we stop and meditate. Discover how wild it is. Gosh, I thought I had that under control. Uh-oh. I'm sitting on a cable. There we go. So, Tim, my sound man.
That's
Hang
right.
on, I can't hear you unless I put these on. What do you think, Tim?
Play it a little bit. Just fine.
Thank you, sir.
Just fine.
Yes. So let us remember
it doesn't really matter.
Something to lean on as we travel through the wilderness of life. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. In being awake, encountering the Dharma, opening to the Dharma. And we do it in the company of our friends. I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and love. Namo Dharmaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Dharmaya. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community of mindful harmony. Namo Sanghaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Sanghaya. I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. And now we find ourselves right here. We might begin our practice or continue our practice with a few moments of gratitude. One of the higher predictions of happiness in our lives is the practice of gratitude. I woke up in a warm bed. There's food in the fridge. None of my close loved ones are particularly sick at the moment, nor am I. I took a hot shower. And so on and so on. Living in extreme privilege and comfort. Grateful. And we can clarify our intention to be here now. And what do we discover when we bring awareness into the present moment out of the clouds of past and future? Out of the obsessive mind? There is this mysterious awakeness, awareness, knowing, which, as the fish take water for granted, we take this consciousness for granted. But in a heartbeat, we can recognize, whoa, something very interesting is happening here. This body is breathing. Each breath, this breath, has a beginning. It has a rising to fullness, a change of direction, a decline, and a vanishing. Test. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for. In addition to mindfulness of breathing, we can, of course, notice the 5 hindrances when they arise. The mind of desire or disliking and not wanting, aversion. The mind of restlessness, agitation, and worry. The mind of sleepy dullness. Sloth and torpor. The mind of doubt. And when these are present, we observe them closely. Sometimes they take the center stage of our meditation for a while. So this is what it's like to feel wanting. So this is what it's like to feel not wanting, resistance to what is. In addition to the hindrances, we have the enlightenment factors. Awareness can know when there's awareness. Mindfulness, and curiosity. We can know when the mind is concentrated or tranquil. We can know when the mind is awash with equanimity or joy. And so we come home to this breathing in and breathing out, allowing the entirety of the system to equalize, to wind down, to rest. Another dimension of our human experience that it is essential that we observe objectively is a mood. Mood, it's a kind of emotional coloration of consciousness. We could be in a mood of loving kindness and compassion, tranquil. Every breath could be comforting. Or there could be a mood of anxiety, where the mind gives a kick every now and then like a potter's wheel. The mind will think about something frightening or potentially frightening, or a memory of something frightening, and then fear can come in and powerlessness, and then we're kind of lost in a mood. It's a bioelectronic state. Or the mood could be one of fear and aversion, or fear and kind of irritability. So acknowledging that there may well be mood, and what is it, and where do you feel it? Sounds arise and pass away, no disturbance. Thoughts and sounds and sensations all occur in the same place, at the door of awareness. Resting here now. As Ruth would say, darling, enjoy the beauty of your being. each breath. Each breath has a beginning. It has a rising to fullness. Then there's a decline, and then a vanishing. Sometimes the mind is stable in such a way that breath after breath, there is the experience of beginning, rising, falling, vanishing. In another instance, the mind will wander. It's preoccupied with some thought or obsession, some figuring something out, some emotional state. Other times it's difficult to even find the breath. The mind is full of agitation or restlessness, or trying to sort something out, trying to control reality with thoughts. This is not a mistake or even a problem. All of these experiences illuminate the insubstantiality of the self. Nothing's stable here. It's always changing. sitting and breathing, knowing of life. It's a long haul getting through life. It's been exacerbated with this COVID time. I'm going to play a song now each. I invite you to just hear, just listen. Notice the effect on your emotions. I've played it once or twice before during this year of COVID, years of COVID. And it's kind of a loving kindness and compassion practice.
This is the keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going on song. This is the keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going on song. This is the keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going on song. I am Abigail, and this is Sean, and we're so glad that you've turned this on and welcomed us into your home, and you are welcome into our home. We're in Dayton, Ohio. We're in Sean's parents' house.
My parents' house.
Sean's parents' house. We were in Louisville when the shit hit, and we packed our 3-year-old into a car. We drove kind of far. We drove here, and we've been so lucky and blessed to be safely here. And we thought we'd be here for like 10 days, tops.
What did we know?
What did we know?
What did we know?
We thought we knew a lot. We thought we knew a lot. Woo. Keep going on song. This is a keep going, keep going, keep going on. Keep going on song. This is a keep going, keep going, keep going on. Keep going on song. And we've been mostly healthy. We've been okay. Are you okay? Are you all right? Are you okay? Are you all right? Are you okay? I hope your body